Hey guys, I thought I'd make a video on the indicators that MBA teaches you in depth how to use. So the lesson for that is about 2 hours long. So I'm just going to run you through just a little bit about these indicators and what they mean. So yeah. Alright. So pretty much the Bollinger Bands, I have 22 rules of the Bollinger Bands. Maybe I should bring it up, by John Bollinger. So let's see. I'll just read directly from his band rules. John Bollinger's 22 band rules. So Bollinger Bands provide a relative definition of high and low. By definition, price is high at the upper band of the high price, and low price at the lower band. Okay, so 2. The relative definition can be used to compare price action and indicator action to arrive at rigorous buy and sell decisions. So we've got price low on the bottom of the band here, and we've got the MACD pretty much fading in the fading the trend here is down in this period. This is a daily chart, so it's a fair bit of a price action. So if our trend is going down here, right, but we're at the lower band, by definition we have a cheap price. Okay, now with if we add MACD to this, MACD gives us the signals that the trend is fading in the histogram, right? We've got a very strong downtrend here. Let me just add the volume indicator there. White, nice and thick, moving average. Okay. Nice. What was that? 75. 75. Okay. So there, really stands out. The volume really stands out. Anyway, so we have decent amount of volume. You got a evening star there, pushing it down. It's respecting our downtrend line. Now price is according to the Bollinger Bands, we are cheap, right? We are at a good price here. The histogram shows us that the support of the trend is fading, right? So red strong, and a light red color is fading. Now you can even use this bar on the histogram and this bar on the histogram as a divergence, right? So because it's low, 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 high divergence. Okay, same on the RSI. You got 43.92, and it's very similar. So it's a double bottom on the RSI also signals a bullish indicator. Okay, and it's only by 0.92 off. You know what I mean? So that's just using the first and second rule of the Bollinger Bands, of John's 22 Bollinger Bands rules. We've already found a buy signal. Okay, so we've used the lower band with the histogram definition of the trading of the fading of the trend, and a double bottom on RSI, which is also under the 50 line, which says to us that it's starting to become oversold, right? So if we let's open up a new Word document. So again, this is a trading strategy. It's a trading strategy of MACD, RSI, and Bollinger Bands. Okay, so we have our definition. Price is seen as low when candles are hovering on the lower band of Bollinger. Right, now look, let's go to somewhere where price is going down. Okay, so price is cheap here, but we wouldn't want to buy here, while it's in a downtrend. So that's why we need it to be used in relation to something else. We can't just use it singularly. We need, there's plenty of tools that are taught by MBA for you to learn. So, but we'll stick with we'll just stick with the indicators that I have on the screen at the moment. All right, so we have price coming down. It's riding the lower band. Now, if we look at the wicks, this is daily time frame. So these wicks are definitely worth its weight, because these wicks will be maybe 4 hours of time, an hour of time. Some could even be a couple of minutes of time and then just push straight back up. But regardless, they're telling us the story, which is that yes, Bitcoin is riding the lower band, but look, it's obviously clearly by definition of John Bollinger's Bands rules that the price is cheap, even at 50,000, 47, 46,000. So that's why price pushes up back to the lower band and comes like this. So now look, we've got a hammer. This is pretty sure it's a bullish signal. Hammer. A hammer is a type of bullish reversal candlestick pattern made up of just one candle, found in price charts of financial assets. So there we go. We've got a hammer, decent hammer there. So there's another trade rule, right? So if buying a long position, ensure a type of reversal candle is in place when price is in downtrend. Okay, so and on the lower band of the Bollinger indicator. Okay, so we have two entry signals. All right. The other thing we could add to that is, look for confirmation of oversold, right? RSI to be in or near oversold. So with the sold off, RSI is throwing oversold. Now, MACD, depending. So if it's like this, okay. I was hoping it might slow down the price there, but I'll probably have to change the settings from daily to say 4 hour, 1 hour, because sometimes the candles doesn't just open straight away. But price opens here, comes down a little bit, but most of the day it just pushes up. So throughout the day on lower time frames, this bar here is gonna fade. Okay, it's gonna go from red to light, and you got 24 hours of the day to be able to spot this. So if your long entry was, you know, one, have a reversal type of candle, two, you know, see the wicks of support for buyers, three, ascending volume. You know, you got volume there, volume ascending and volume ascending. Okay, so you might, you know, this volume will take some time, but then it might break over the moving averages, and then you might be in long up here somewhere. You know, there's plenty of ways to do this. Or you take that candle, you take the lower band range as a buying indicator with an oversold in RSI on this candle, and you long. Okay, you wait for the pullback to the best of your ability, and you're long, right? Bang. This candle would open at 10 a.m. Right, so there'll be plenty of time to be able to judge this candle and what it will do. All right, so you know, now we've got two entry signals. All right, just from some of the rules that are there. So you know, the first one is long when candles are riding the lower Bollinger Band with a bullish divergence on MACD and a bullish divergence or bullish double bottom on RSI. So price is low when candles are hovering lower band. So they say long when candles are riding the lower Bollinger Band in sideways motion, provided we have MACD bullish signal on the histogram and RSI double bottom at in oversold region with similar price action. Okay, so there we go. We've got two entries for long. All right. Now let's talk about managing the trade. Okay, so let's take this long position here. So first way to manage the trade is we want to see a break of the Bollinger midline. I'll just see if there is any rules in relation to that. So let's see, John Bollinger's 22 Bollinger Band rules. Appropriate indicators can be derived from momentum, volume, sentiment, open interest into market data. If more than one indicator is used, the indicators should not be directly related to one another. For example, momentum indicator might complement a volume indicator successfully, but two momentum indicators aren't better than one. Makes sense. You want to get indicators that work against each other. That way they're, you know, if you can see divergence, right? So so I'll do that in another video. Actually, I'll just stick to this. Alright, Bollinger Bands can be used in pattern recognition to define and clarify pure price patterns such as M tops and W bottoms, momentum shifts, etc. The tags of the bands are just that, tags not signals. The tag of the upper band Bollinger is not in and of itself a sell signal. The tag of the lower Bollinger Band is not in itself a buy signal. In trending markets, price can and does walk up the upper Bollinger Band and down the lower Bollinger Band. Closes outside the Bollinger Bands are initially continuation signals, not reversal signals. Very interesting. Okay, so let's see. Managing the trade. One, we can write that we want to see price break the Bollinger midline band. We want to see price break the red midline of the Bollinger Bands. Okay. Two, we want to see price rising on the upper Bollinger Band. For 3, let's take into account John Bollinger's band of the rule where price closes outside Bollinger Band. So 3, if we see price close outside of Bollinger Band, this is a continuation pattern of the current trade. Stay in trade. There you go. So we've got three rules, okay, of how we manage the trade. Okay. Now let's analyze. So we want the maximum potential gains here, okay, in this run. So what do we look for? What else can we see? We want an increase in RSI. We want an increase, right? We don't want a decrease while price is going up, because that would tell us that bearish divergence. So increase RSI to mimic price action. Okay, and we'll get out. We'll do a RSI to mimic price action, and 5, MACD to mimic price action. MACD EMA, MACD fast EMA to cross slow EMA and rise with price action. That way there, you've got your moving averages, you've got, and you can even write, MACD histogram to rise in green. Okay, so now I've done 8 rules on how to manage the trade. We've got a long entry condition, okay, long entry condition, managing the trade, and now we look for sell signals. All right, let's go. Okay, so what can we see? I already see a discrepancy, right? What's volume doing? As price is rising, alright, our volume, pretty easy to spot here, is decreasing. Okay, so that means that there's more buyers than sellers, so the sellers are definitely priced out of here. Nobody's shorting, everybody's buying. So when everybody is buying and there is nobody sells, there's not really much of a fight. So there doesn't need to be much volatility in volume because the bears aren't there, right? This is clear bull market, yeah. So when volume is low, and it'll support the price in the direction because there's less bears or sellers. People are happy to just stay in and take profits. So majority of these volume bars are telling us that there's buyers, all right, especially since the price absolutely rocketed. Okay, it went from 30,000 up to 58,000. Okay, now so we see that discrepancy, so we already know that there's a potential divergence coming, right? The second thing that I would look for, so let's say when sell signals when price is rising and volume is decreasing. This shows that there is buyer support. There is buyer support mostly, though it will come to a halt as buyers look to take profits, causing a sell-off, right? What else can we see? Okay, we see the histogram, right? So we see the histogram here to that candle there, right? We see a huge drop in momentum. Even though this is going up, the moving averages are going up, the histogram's going down. That's clear divergence in itself, right? So the exponential moving average, when moving in unison with the uptrend, though the histogram moving in a downtrend shows us bearish divergence, right? Shows us bearish divergence and is a signal to sell soon. Alright, so you don't want to be, you want to get it, you know, if this was me and I saw this and I saw that, I'd be selling out at the highest peak in one of these candles. Alright, so, and you know, you've got an evening star. So let's see, 3, sell or close long position when there is an evening star. Alright, so now we've met the conditions of some sells. RSI 75, we're also in overbought region, heavy overbought region. Look at that, 80.2, 4. Upon assessment of RSI, look to sell when it is above 80, alright, or oversold, or overbought, sorry, overbought 5. Okay, so that's 4 exit rules on this trade. Yeah, that way there we maximize our potential return. Just trying to think if there's anything else. Let's have a look. That's a whopping 90.3% return, 10x leverage, you know, 10 times 90. Jeez, big return. $903%. Alright, so those are our entries for a long like this. Alright, so you know, looking for that support, price at the lower of the bands after a downtrend, so, and sideways motion, bullish signal on MACD, which is the histogram there. So even though it's going down, moving averages are going down, histogram's going up. I'll add that in when the EMAs are moving down and the histogram is moving up. Bullish divergence. Bullish Divergence, fuck, great strategy. Big 10x leverage, 903% return, ROI, pretty good, right? So, all right, let's go to this trade now. Okay, so what do we got on this one? If buying a long position, ensure a type of reversal candle is in place when price is in downtrend and on the lower band of the Bollinger indicator. RSI needs to be in oversold. Okay. Right. So this would be our long entry. Okay. Let's have a look. What can we see? I'll just speed that up a bit. All right. So let's see. Let's analyze this. So we've opened a long position. Now, I'm not going to go into any other patterns that I can see because I'll just focus on this. Let's have a look. What do we got? All right. So RSI comes up. We break. Okay. So manage. How to manage the trade. How to manage the trade. All right. Let's go. We can copy some of the rules from before. We want to see price break. We want to see price break the red midline of the Bollinger Bands. Okay. Two. We want to see the price rising of the Bollinger Bands. Is this successful? If yes, manage trade. If no, analyze why. Okay, so we don't see it riding. Now look, what we do see, if I bring this back, okay, if I bring this back, we see the Bollinger Band coming down. Okay, so the top band is coming down whilst the price is coming up. What does it tell us? If the top Bollinger Band is in a downtrend whilst price is in an uptrend, we have bearish divergence. Okay, it's bearish divergence. So that's our first analysis of why. All right, so we're managing the trade now. RSI is teetering around the midpoint region. Okay. What else can we see? The histogram is there. We go. If we go do this, we have a bearish divergence signal there. Look for bearish divergence in the histogram, right? So because the EMAs are still in an uptrend, but look, we've had a pullback on the histogram. So histogram bars is in divergence, bearish divergence, and the EMAs are in bearish divergence with the histogram. So there's a few signals here. Okay, 5. Alright. So what are we doing? We've got a doji there. Okay. We're also at 20% profits. If I saw this, I'd I'd be out. There we go. All right. So let's see. Sell signals. 1. Bearish divergence. Price fails to reach top Bollinger Band. Top Bollinger Band in downtrend when price is in uptrend. Bearish divergence in histogram with also moving in opposite direction of EMAs on MACD. 5. Evening star candle formation. Okay, so there's a couple of reasons to get out of the trade. So we've managed the trade, we've closed the trade, you know, we're up, say we're up 20%, you know, 19%, there you go. So we've got 2 pretty successful trades here. All right, let's look for, you know, so if we do market structure, up, high, low, a hammer, high, low, and a hammer, go long. Okay, long on the next candle. There you go. You've got another trade there. Now price is broken through here, but we're also in oversold, and we've peaked. Yeah, these two candles on histogram say that we've peaked. There's no gas to go any further than that, right? So in this run, right, volumes increasing, capping off. Yeah, there's nothing more in it, right? Increasing and decreasing in volume, right? There's no more in that run. Okay, so that could be another thing, but that takes us away from the indicators, and it comes into other things that you can learn. So let's look for a short, eh? How to short with Bollinger Bands, RSI and MACD. Okay. All right, so let's go. Well, there's a few shorts that I can see. Okay, one is, you know, if we really zoom in here, right, price is coming up here. The volume moving average is descending. Clear bearish divergence. Okay. Short signal incoming when we spot divergence. Price moving in uptrend whilst volume moving average moving in downtrend. Okay, so that's bearish divergence. Short signal when RSI in overbought. Subjective subjective to the above rule of divergence, or bearish divergence, as the price as overbought may also mean a continuation. So look, you have overbought here, but it continues to push up, and we get a higher high and a higher high. So right before there is a pullback. So let's see, we've got oversold over here. We have bearish divergence here, and we have a short entry signal. Perfect. Right here. Alright. Okay, so oversold. Okay, oversold. Bearish divergence. Moving averages moving up. Histogram's moving down. Bearish divergence, and we're at a short. Okay. Bearish short signal when EMAs on MACD are rising and histogram is decreasing. Bearish divergence. Alright, bearish divergence. Now let's go to how to manage the trade. How to manage a short position. Well, I want to see a break of the midline. One, break of the red midline on Bollinger Bands. 2, I would like that's nice volume there, nice volume. RSI decreasing from overbought region to oversold, sold. Okay, so signal line cross, signal slow, fast EMA cross, slow EMA, histogram, go from green to red. Okay, green to red. Alright, what else can we see? That's about it on that trade. That's about all I can see. Okay. Signals to close short position. Alright. 1. Hammer. Close short position when you see a bullish hammer. Okay. 2. What are we looking for? Close short position when price fails to ride the lower Bollinger Band. Okay, so it fails to ride it, comes down close, doesn't get there, and then it pushes back up. So that's showing us that there's wicks here, 1, 2, 3, saying that there is buy support. Now that's all I can really pick for this trade at the moment. So yeah, that's all I can really see for this trade on how I could manage that. But let's keep looking. So we've got volume decreasing again whilst the price is coming up, right? So we already know, we've already done this trade, then this trade, and this trade. We have a relevant idea as to the market right now. We're hitting resistance up here. We're in an oversold region on this candle, right? So you know, it validates our entry signals for a short. Price is in oversold, price is going up, volume's going down. Moving averages, the volume is going down while price is going up, gives us bearish divergence. Alright, and we are in a short position. Now to manage the trade, once again, break of the red Bollinger Band, good, or the red midline, and RSI is decreasing, which is manage the trade. The signal line crosses, the fast EMA crosses the long EMA, good, from green to red, good. So you know, it meets all of our managing the trade section. Now how to close the signal of the short position. Well, look at that, there's a morning star. So 3, close short position on the morning star. Okay, like that. All right. Also, price is moving down, but the lower Bollinger Band is moving up. So we've got another discrepancy. We've got a bullish divergence. Okay. 4, close short when price is moving down, though the bottom Bollinger Band is moving up. Bullish divergence. 5. Alright, so then you know what, that also, once you see that, and hopefully you write why you close the trade, why you're managing the trade. Okay, so it's a good practice, because then you know, if you had wrote that price is going down whilst the bottom Bollinger Band is going up, shows us that there's bullish divergence, then you could be in on the next candle. Lucky we're in Australia because the candle opens at 10 a.m. and and then you're in a long again. So you've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, just by these rules and following the principles, why you're entering. You know, what are your rules? How do you manage the trade? What are your close rules? And then all you got to do is read them. Read them, rinse, repeat. Okay, read them, rinse, repeat. What else have we got here? So yeah, look, you know, we've got bullish divergence. Bullish divergence. Price fails to break down to the lower Bollinger Band. Bullish divergence. So we are long on a bullish divergence. Let's go. So I'll go back up. So yeah, buying a long position, ensure a type of reversal candle is in place when price is in downtrend on the lower band of the Bollinger Band indicator. So we had that reversal candle. Buy long with reversal candle and bullish divergence with price downtrending, though the Bollinger Band uptrending. Okay, uptrending. Alright, so there we long. Now we go back to our menu. How do we manage the trade? We want to see break of the red line. Good. We want to see price rising on the Bollinger Band. It hasn't been there yet, but I see a new way to manage the trade. So 5. Ensure price is being supported by the mid line. okay, by the red midline. Okay, so now I've got support, right? One, two, three times, so we're still in the trade, and then we move up. All right, we move up, we break. Okay, we move up and break out of the Bollinger Band, though we have a evening star there, or a bearish spinning top. I think bearish spinning top, there's so many of them. Bearish spinning top. Yeah, bearish spinning top, one candle pattern that is bearish in an uptrend. So there you go, bearish spinning top there, because it's got a wick like that, and a body like that. So, you know, close the trade on, that gives us another rule. How to manage the trade: sell signals, sell when price breaks Bollinger Band and is a bearish spinning top. Boom, there you go. So you've just got another trade. Now we have another that brings us down to another short entry. Okay, short when there is a bearish spinning top on resistance and a break out of Bollinger Bands. All right, Bollinger Bands. Well, you know, the histogram is pretty crap there, right? So there is this really just shows you that there's something big gonna happen, right? The EMA is getting squeezed, the histogram's getting squeezed. You know, we're reaching that oversold, overbought area. So you could even see that there, that peak there to this peak there. This was higher, that's lower. This was lower, that's higher. I think that shows us bearish divergence. So short, bearish spinning top, and short when there is bearish divergence on RSI. Okay, so you want high and high and high and high to that will say that it gives you continuation. If it's high with high but high with low, okay, it's bearish, right? So now we have the conditions for an entry for a short, and it's a mega short, 25%. Okay, how to manage the trade: break of the midline, good. RSI decreasing from overbought to oversold, yep. Fast EMA cross slow EMA, yep. Histogram go from green to red, yep. Close short position when you see a bullish hammer, Close short position when price fails to ride the Bollinger Band. This is subjective because it does. Subjective. Close short position on a morning star, it's not there, so subjective again. Close short position when price is moving down through the Bollinger Band. Close short position when the price is moving down, though the Bollinger Band is moving up. So we've got the Bollinger Band there, it's moving up, price moving down, so that's a sell signal. It's also telling us that at bullish divergence, alright? So, you know, Bollinger Band, look, the Bollinger Bands will move with price, alright? So it's with price, with price. Okay, so we've got some discrepancies here and here, right? So we've already got one warning signal for, look at that, you know, 9 days, 10 days. Well, let's see when the Bollinger Band starts going up and the price is going down. We've got 4 days to spot that. Like, you know, that's plenty of time in my book. Okay, 5 days maximum. All right. Now, if you can't make a decision in then I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what I can do for you. So 5 days there, oversold, peaked in the histogram. Negative 1490. So I'm pretty happy to close that trade, especially with 25% or 254% on 10x leverage. Alright, so we've got our short rules, we've got our long rules. I think I've covered enough here. I hope it's informative, and thank you.